The Bulls and the Heat making it happen in the Windy City. Chicago took all 3 games in the regular season, but of course, these are the ones that matter.
For the first time in this playoffs, we don't have the opportunity to play at home to start off the series, so we have to have a different mentality.
We look forward to the challenge, man. It's 2 good defensive teams, so it's going to be a struggle offensively for both teams at times, but may the best man win.
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate!
Live from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, it's Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Best-of-7 Finals.
I expected Chicago to come out strong. This is a team that needed to make a statement, that needed to hit the Heat in the mouth.
But it was the Heat who hit first.
Dang, stripped as James took it away. They look to double team, another steal. Here comes James, turning Rose around and stuffs.
Although it wouldn't last long, the Bulls came right back.
Yes!
It's almost like they reverted to the bad habits. They got beat to the loose balls. They were giving up too many offensive rebounds.
We have got to sacrifice and block out. They're running in.
Watson for 3.
The Bulls utilized the time-tested advantages of dominant offensive rebound and an endless string of second-chance points, beating the Heat by 21.
We have to look at where we fell short for Game 1 and come back with a better approach.
It's back to the court for the Miami Heat after the Bulls gave them quite the wake-up call in game number 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Only 2 words I gotta say, man. It's must win. Let's take care of business. Here you go.
The Heat were aggressive early, but as in Game 1, the Bulls responded.
Bogans for 3. Yes.
The Heat were also laden with early foul trouble. Coach Spoelstra called upon a familiar face and an eager combatant.
Coming in the ballgame real early, Udonis Haslem now. Let's see what the veteran can do coming off that foot surgery.
No one knew what you would get from him at all. No one knew if you'd get anything.
He hasn't been in really a game, but 2 days ago before practice, I talked with him, and there was a look in his eye. I knew it was time.
Maybe inside UD. Oh, a right-hand jab and fouled and say, there's your turnover.
He just came out with so much energy, and it was the old UD, and I think that really gave everybody an emotional lift.
He just was ready, and I wanted to contribute no matter what, no matter how, whatever I had to do.
Rebound to Bibby, and Bibby holds on, hands it to LeBron, down the floor to UD, and UD slammed it home! UD with a huge right-hand jam!
Oh, he crushed it. Just shows a lot to his determination, his heart. I mean, he's the player of the game, no question about it.
The spark from UD also helped the Heat control the boards.
No rebounds, no rings. We can't win this series if we don't control the boards.
The Heat defense held the Bulls to a mere 10 points in the fourth quarter, and LeBron had an offensive outburst in the final minutes.
LeBron turns right. He'll put the 3 ball up and nail it from downtown.
The series has just started. It's 1-1. We're excited that we was able to come here and get a win.
Live from American Airlines Arena in Miami, it's the NBA's Eastern Conference Final.
Back on the home floor, the Heat continued their defensive single-mindedness.
The defense, again, just outstanding by Miami.
Blocked by Anthony.
The offense began to heat up in the second quarter when Chris Bosh took control of the game with his offensive effectiveness.
CV had it going. When we have someone going on our team, we continue to give the ball to them and continue to feed off their energy offensively.
Standing at the 3-point arc. Nice pass to Bosh, who hammers home another dunk.
You can just feel the game sometimes when you're going to be aggressive, when you're going to take it.
And for the first time since November, Udonis Haslem was home.
You can hear the crowd behind us absolutely on their feet, ecstatic as Udonis Haslem is coming out onto the floor.
Haslem made a big impact for the Heat, providing his signature selflessness and shot making.
It's been a long time coming. I just was waiting for this moment for so long, and I knew it was going to be a big-time moment for me, and it was something I'll probably never forget.
The Heat's defense frustrated the freshly crowned MVP and took a 2-1 series lead.
Miami leads 2-1. Chicago trying to even up this series.
In a pivotal Game 4, the Heat were in control for most of the first half until Chicago went on a run.
What a move by Rose! Oh!
The Heat were down by as many as 8 points in the third quarter until LeBron pulled the Heat within 2.
Mike Miller to LeBron. Oh! A vicious right-hand
In the fourth quarter, it was Miller time.
Miller for three. Got it! Yes, indeed, Mike Miller!
Despite dealing with personal challenges, Mike Miller was a key contributor, missing a double-double by a single rebound.
Mike hadn't slept more than a couple of hours at a time in several days. He and his wife just welcomed their third child. She's in a hospital. Mike's running up there after practices, running up there after games.
We saw him practicing with the hospital band. He was always thinking about his daughter.
The game was neck and neck for most of the quarter, and all tied up with 10 seconds to play.
Rose for the win, and we're headed to overtime.
Overtime belonged to the Heat as they shot 62% and clamped down on defense.
Derrick Rose lost it. Back comes Dwayne Wade and score!
Miami in overtime has taken a stranglehold of this Eastern Conference final, winning it in overtime.
We did what we wanted to do, man. Checked home court. Now we headed back to Chicago for Game 5, trying to close the series out.
We understand that, we have a little momentum, and that we understand that they're going back home, and the crowd is going to be amazing, and their energy and effort is going to be amazing, and we're going to have to withstand all that.
Nobody ever wants to go home early. In Chicago, it's a tough place to play, so we have to be ready for it.
Anytime you have an opportunity to close it, you want to take advantage of it and not let it stretch out.
While the drama was unfolding in Chicago, 10,000 white-hot fans gathered on Biscayne Boulevard for a special road rally to watch Game 5 on the Miami Media Mesh.
I just got one thing to say to that beautiful crowd out on Biscayne Boulevard. Hey, Miami, how do you like the Heat now?
The Heat on the edge of returning to the NBA Finals for only the second time in team history. Chicago's on the edge of finishing the season or forcing a game number 6.
You expected Chicago's best, and you got it.
Off the steal, here's Dang. Oh, he beats LeBron James.
They are a gritty, proud team. These guys weren't going to quit.
Over for three, yes!
The Bulls had a healthy lead at the half, and it continued to grow well into the fourth quarter.
3 on the way, bang from downtown as Brewer nails maybe the biggest basket of the game.
Lonnie Brewer does it again. Miami calls for time.
With 3 minutes to play, the Heat were down by 12, but would stage one of the greatest fourth quarter comebacks in Heat playoff history.
But I just remember the timeout, and coach just looked at us and said, "We've done this before, just believe."
LeBron, 3 on the way, got it from downtown. Step back 3 by Wade, got it and fouled! A chance for a 4-point play. LeBron, he's gonna jack the 3 up, got it! And we're tied at 79!
All of a sudden, the guys who happened to be wearing the red uniforms felt they had more power than the 23,000 fans that were all wearing red shirts.
LeBron gonna drive, pull up, jumper. Got it, LeBron! And they lead by 2. Oh my!
We have some special players that when we needed some big-time plays, they were able to do that.
Chicago trying to extend to a game 6 of the last couple of minutes. Miami turned it with a 16-3 run.
Well, the Eastern Conference title is on the line right now, and so is Chicago's season.
Korver, now they got to look for a 3. They trap Korver. Down to 3, down to 2. Here's Rose, can he get it off? It is blocked.
And that's the ball game. What a comeback for the Miami Heat. They'll advance to the NBA championship for the second time in franchise history.
Nothing's been easy. This has been the toughest win we've had all year, and, it's quite fitting.
We've been through the fire together, and I think all those moments built up a real mental toughness, and we'll need that going to the next round.
I take great pleasure in presenting the Eastern Conference Championship Trophy to the Miami Heat.
I'm just excited that these guys get the opportunity to play for a championship. I mean, that's what it was all about. That's why they came together. They're a great, great group of guys.
It wasn't perfect, but it's the Miami Heat way. We stuck it out as a team. We came back and did something unbelievable, man, to win it on the road.
We don't work all year to win Eastern Conference Finals. We want to win it all, so we're looking forward to it.
We're going to do it, all right? 4 more.